Hey, nerdy sports fan here talking week 17 NFL action. And this week we have the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road going to visit the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens have already locked up the number one spot, so they're going to rest a lot of players in this game. But the Steelers have been playing with their bench players most of the season because of all the injuries that they've had to deal with on offense. So it's kind of a level playing field for the first time. So this is a more interesting game than a lot of people like to think. Better than 85% of the country is going to pick the Ravens in this one to win. But look at the Vegas line. Vegas actually has the Steelers as a 2-point favorite. And it's because they've been playing like this with the backups primarily most of the season. And they still have something to play for. If they win, they have a chance at making the playoffs. They need to win, though. Baltimore doesn't have to do a damn thing. They don't even have to game plan for this game. Their best fit option right now is to bench everybody that matters, not game plan for this game, and just kind of put it in cruise control. Worry about what's going on in the playoffs. Ignore this game. Just get out of it without major injuries. That's what they need to do. The Steelers, therefore, will likely win. And I have to say, I now have a great appreciation for TJ Watt as I watched him in slow motion at least 35 times punching Sam Darnold in the dick. It was great. I love watching plays like that. Obviously, he was going for the ball, and he hit two instead. Hilarious. But, yeah. The Steelers' defense plays like their hair is on fire. And that doesn't stop. They're going to be up for this game. And they're going to dominate Robert Griffin. All right? There's a reason RG3 is a bench player now. He's no longer the player he used to be when he first came into the league. He just did not deal with his injuries well. He used to be a great running quarterback. Not anymore. He can't move like he used to because of the injuries. That's, of course, what people are worried about with Lamar Jackson moving forward. But, we'll see. Robert Griffin never had the offense designed around him running like Lamar Jackson does. So maybe he comes up and looks like 75% of what Lamar Jackson offers, and they win. But the more likely scenario is he's rusty, he doesn't get a lot of reps, he's a shell of his former self, and the Steelers dominate him. That's more likely. The Steelers are a great defense, and they need a quarterback that's firing on all cylinders in order to go against that and win. And they're not providing that intentionally. So the Steelers are set up for a win here. I don't care who their quarterback is. Their defense first, run first mentality will win this game against a team that's not even trying to think about a W. So, that being said, fantasy-wise, you need to start the Steelers' defense. You need to start James Conner. They're the only viable options, though. You cannot rely on Duck Hodges to do really anything in the passing game. I don't care if Juju Smith-Schuster is back in the lineup or not. So the Ravens side, it's going to be real sketchy on the receiving options. You don't know what targets Robert Griffin prefers compared to the targets that Lamar Jackson preferred. And we don't really know what receiving options are going to have to play in this game because of the numbers. They can't bench everybody. They're going to bench the important players like Mark Ingram and Lamar Jackson for sure. But does that mean Willie Snead gets less reps? Does that mean Mark Andrews gets less reps? Does that mean Hollywood Brown gets less reps? Nobody really knows. So playing a receiving option from the Ravens is going to be very sketchy. And I would avoid it if you can. Gus Edwards is likely to get the bulk of the carries, considering that Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram are on the bench. So in spite of going up against the Steelers defense, which is extremely good, Gus Edwards becomes a viable fantasy play, and if you need a running back this week, he's a good option. That's really all I have for this game. Outside of the spread here, we got the Steelers 2-point favorites. Considering I think they're going to win, I would bet the Steelers. Generally speaking, if a team wins the game, they're going to win by more than 2 points. So that's the logic there. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Have yourself a happy holidays, guys.